Anime brings in big money. And I'm not just saying that. It brings in more than $20 billion a year globally, with Pokemon being the highest grossing media franchise in history. This means Pokemon is worth more than Star Wars or Harry Potter.
If you're not on anime, like what's wrong with you? I don't get it.
More Americans watch anime than any other nationality outside of the Japanese. Fans love the layered storylines, fighting choreography, and of course, the distinctive animation.
Wow, really? How cool!
It's an especially huge hit with Black audiences.
Listen, Piccolo is
Absolutely
definitely black.
But traditionally, anime hasn't had the best depictions of Black characters.
I think definitely stuff like caricatures of Black people in anime is not a very good character design at all.
So how did creators ensure we went from this to this? And how has anime influenced the Black community? Originating in Japan, anime as we know it today first appeared in the 1950s, making its American debut in the 60s. Within a few years, anime found success in the US market following the release of Astro Boy. But it wasn't until the 1990s and early 2000s when anime cements itself in American culture with programming blocks on television.
They were shoving anime literally down our throats as kids.
Meet Cheyenne Uulu, known as Cheyenne the Geek. She's currently the host of Anime Club on Amazon Prime Video. She's also a
90s kid, so I grew up in the age of like
Kids WB, which aired the English dub versions of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Fox Kids had One Piece, and the most notable block, Cartoon Network's Toonami. It introduced cult favorites like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and Sailor Moon.
And you know, when you're around older cousins, they take the remote from you and you're watching whatever they're watching. So they threw on Cowboy Bebop, and it was Toonami, and it was late at night. You know, we were staying up late, and I just hear like ding 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 ding, and like the animations, you weren't seeing that anywhere else.
While Pokemon may be the highest grossing media franchise in history, Dragon Ball Z is arguably the most popular anime in the Black community, especially among hip-hop artists.
Whip like a fireball, call it Goku.
This is how you know the brand is strong with me. I love Dragon Ball Z so much. Like, imagine this like Nigerian woman just say, oh, so you're watching Goku and Gakon again? You're watching it again? I'm just like, yes, mom, this is this is Goku and Gakon. I don't know who Gakon is, but she does. So that's all that matters.
See, Toonami's audience was overwhelmingly kids of color. It capitalized on this by using hip hop and drum and bass instrumentals in its promos. This made the channel stand out from other kids' networks. It's been more than 20 years since Dragon Ball Z aired, and some of those same kids who fell in love with Goku's story of overcoming adversity are now some of the biggest musicians ever. The cross-cultural affair isn't unique to Dragon Ball Z and hip-hop though. Kanye West famously expressed his love for the cult film Akira in a video for Stronger by referencing scenes from the movie. Megan Thee Stallion cosplayed as Shoto Todoroki from My Hero Academia. While Dragon Ball Z and other shows were massive hits, there wasn't a lot of anime that spoke directly to the plethora of Black experiences in the United States. And then, in 2005, Cartoon Network aired this.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time, and good night.
Similar to manga comics turned into anime shows like Hunter x Hunter, The Boondocks was a satirical comic strip turned TV show created by Aaron McGruder, a Black man from Maryland. Not only did it have Black characters as leads, but it centered Blackness across the board. The show often dealt with issues the Black community cared about, like the devastating effects of Hurricane Katrina following the federal government's failed response. During its time, The Boondocks was one of the only animated shows that commented on Black culture from a critical Black perspective and highlighted the complexity of the Black experience in America.
This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue.
Even though there's a debate on whether it's anime or not, the anime influence is undeniable.
One of the fights, I forget who it is, when Huey has the glove or something, it's like somebody put a side by side with a Naruto fight, and it's almost the exact same moves and sequences. So that just blew my mind.
The influence isn't one-sided. Japanese artist Takashi Okazaki created the series Afro Samurai from his love and admiration for soul and hip-hop. Over the years, Black creators have continued to merge classic anime characters, storylines, and elements with Black culture. Keats has gotten millions of views doing just that, especially on his TikTok channel. With skits like If Internet Pirates Were Real, where he personifies streaming platforms like Crunchyroll and Kiss Anime while speaking Japanese.
Minasan, konnichiwa.
And the best anime rap ever.
Sorry, dedicate this to my brother, man. I'm moving like a Tachi. Y'all boys is goofy. This Mac 10 extendo, I call it Luffy.
But what is it about anime that has maintained this outside influence for decades?
I really liked the blend of music with art style. I really did resonate a lot with Samurai Champloo, like Mugen and the sword fights and everything that had to offer with the hip hop sense. So I started to expand into more animes, and I saw that it's not just one type. You know, you can explore forever and find so many different genres of anime that you really are into.
But the relationship between anime and Black fans hasn't always been great. Meet Mr. Popo, a genie in Dragon Ball Z. Media critics and fans have long criticized Mr. Popo's appearance, saying it's directly tied to blackface from U.S. minstrel shows and racist caricatures. Unfortunately, Mr. Popo isn't the only one drawn this way. Racist depictions of Black people in anime go as far back as the 1930s manga series turned anime, The Adventures of Don Kichi. Here, the native Black people are drawn in the same manner as Mr. Popo, called cannibals and portrayed as ignorant and dumb.
Kind of sucks knowing that those are like the designs, you know, you don't really clock it until you're older and you get more information and you're like, damn, so this is like what they're doing. Like, this is like what I have to like see and like the stuff that I love to consume. Like, nobody wants to see that.
Some argue that the racist imagery is simply a coincidence because Japan is a homogenous country. Only about 2% of Japan's population is not ethnically Japanese. Japan's depictions of Black people also relied heavily on one particular source material: American media from the 1930s to the 1950s, which was, you guessed it, notoriously racist. Obviously, this does not justify how Japanese animators have depicted Black characters, but it does put it into context.
I think definitely stuff like caricatures of Black people in anime, we see it less and less now, which is great. And I'm hoping that trend continues and like we can be represented properly in anime. Fingers crossed.
Because of the lack of proper Black cartoon characters in the past, oftentimes Black anime fans gravitated to characters that weren't drawn as Black, but came off as Black.
Piccolo? Piccolo?
What?
Piccolo is Black.
This is the truth.
Always coded Piccolo in my brain as Black, and it wasn't until I was an adult and the internet that I found out that other Black people did that too. And that's so crazy. Like, it's so insane that we all just like had that thought when watching the same show. Black anime fans just watch anime with a completely different lens than everybody else.
Although anime still has room for improvement, there has been progress. In 2016, twin brothers Arthel and Donna Isom founded Day Art Shitajo, the first major Black-owned anime studio ever, and the first American anime studio in Japan. The studio has worked on fan-favorite animes including Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul, and Fire Force. And we can't forget Yasuke, an anime show on Netflix based on the real-life Black samurai, which is voiced, directed, and scored by Black men. The progress isn't just on the studio side. Black anime fans are building their own things, like DreamCon.
Wake up. Are y'all still sleep on DreamCon?
I think they are, Mario.
How do you still sleep on... drop the Mario accent. How y'all not coming to DreamCon?
Started by RDC World 1 in 2018, DreamCon is an anime and gaming convention geared toward the Black community. Over the years, thousands of people have attended the convention, decked out in their favorite anime costumes and apparel.
That was absolutely amazing. So I wanted to go to the anime convention. I pulled up and we had a great time, an amazing time. One of the best moments of my life. Crazy.
We're out here creating our own anime. You can't deny us in this fandom. We're out here and, we're going to be out here for a while. So it's time to give us the respect that we're due.